This is episode 2 of Standing in Fire.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Well, everybody, welcome to Standing in Fire. I am Boom, and I am joined as always by Tess and Militus. And if you're a homeless night elf tonight, we feel for you. And maybe if we're drinking something, we'll pour one on the curb. I don't know what we're supposed to do actually.
Pour one out for Telder still?
Yes, we have to pour one out for everybody needs to pour night elves. Well, everybody, again, welcome to the show. We're excited. We just recorded on Sunday, and then of course the patch hits on Tuesday, and we're right back at it because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot.
I mean, it is crazy out there if you are a WoW player right now.
Which is a great thing for it to be as an MMO gamer. I like crazy. I just don't like boring. So
no,
bring the crazy.
It's not boring right now, is it?
No,
it
is
not. We got some crazy stuff going on. Well, we are going to start off with our moments of zen. That's right. What did we do this week? Where were we blissful in our time gaming? Right? Moment of zen.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back with our moment of zen.
Tess, give us your moment of zen this week.
Okay, well, I had two and super fast. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff over the course of this podcast. We're going to try to be as vague as possible, but if we need to get into a spoiler,
I just say we're gonna spoil
a warning.
We're
spoiling the crap. If you're listening,
seriously,
yeah, I'm gonna play the Ohm again. This is also gonna be our spoiler sound.
Shut your ears.
So if you hear that means we are spoiling whatever. This is all spoiler.
Okay,
we're not gonna not talk about what this is. We got burning things. We've got horde players mad. We've got.
We started the podcast with. We didn't start the fire. I mean,
we didn't start. Well, if you're an Alliance player right now, that's your theme song. So if you're Alliance, you're sitting there. You're like, we didn't start the fire, and you're sitting there.
With any sort of emotional morality.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, you took it to a new level.
Now, I'm
oh
not
my
happy
goodness,
with
you guys
them.
took it. You guys took it to a whole new level. Well,
but okay, so my moment of meh today, I had two. So, the right after that cutscene, we had that quest to save as many people as we could from Darnassus as it was burning. And the way that they set it up for me was ridiculously gut-wrenching. You had like 3 minutes or something like that, a timer of 3 minutes, and you saw your number. X of like 972. I don't remember the number, but it was 900 and something. And it was horrific for me because I think I saved 24. And I'm watching my time tick off. And all I see is I'm not going to save anybody. You know, I'm not saving
especially
anybody.
when that big number of 1,000 is in the quest text, right?
Yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
1,000? Yeah.
Well, it was 900. Mine said 900 and something. It wasn't quite 1,000, but it was close.
I'm sorry. I'm approximating. It was close to 1,000.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there. I'm saving them one at a time, and maybe I just didn't understand the quest. I'm trying to put out fires and get all these. I saved 24, and that's all I saved, and it hurt me. It made me care which honestly, with the burning of Darnassus, I mean, that's a quest hub, major city that people don't really visit anymore. And the way that they set that up made me care that it was burning. So that was my first moment of meh. Is I was back. I was mad at the Horde. I still am. Screw the Horde. I hate them. And then my second moment of meh was right before the stream started. I jumped in to the skirmish of Selshore versus Torren Mill, the old school.
Old school? Or did you
well,
do Dark Shore?
No.
Okay.
There is a new skirmish battleground. You queue for it like any other PvP. And it's like 40v40. I'm not exactly sure of the number. It's a lot. And it felt like old school. If you don't know, in vanilla before there were battlegrounds, the only PvP was world PvP, and that was where the PvP was in Dark Shore, or not Dark Shore, I'm sorry. South Shore and Torren Mill. And people, they would just fight right in the middle. And I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot. And we won. And not just did we win, we slaughtered. I think we
you know why
ended,
that is, don't you?
Why? Well, I
nobody's
know
gonna play
why
Horde
my
anymore.
group was.
Everybody's abandoning Horde like crazy.
Good.
Alliance
You
is going to have
should.
everybody. You're going to be able to play PvP as Alliance, I think, this time, because I think everybody's going to switch. Because
I was
let's be
really
honest,
worried.
I'm just going to say this because I was a former Horde player, but Horde are fair weather Horde players. Everybody's a fair weather, because when it's going good for the Horde, they're going to say, but then they're all going to switch over when it's not going the way they want it to. See?
Well, I don't know. And you know, I'd like to see what the Horde. I haven't seen a Horde cutscene since WoD. We all played Horde, and that's when we met. We were all playing Horde.
Bleh.
Yeah, in WoD.
That's
There's
my
so much-
That's my moment of
Yeah.
There's so much Horde anger right now. It's so deep.
But it
I
is-
was a
Man.
in fairness to
Pandaren,
me-
so I
in
wasn't
fairness to me,
actually kind of Horde.
You can ask any guildie that I've ever played with. Back to even then, I didn't like it then.
No.
Yeah.
Well, because I've played Alliance my whole time.
So
I
did you guys ever
started
watch the
Alliance.
movie Wreck-It Ralph? Do you guys remember that?
Sure.
So my favorite thing in that movie is all of the bad guys. They go to a bad guy support group, and they're all hanging around in a circle, and they're like, "I'm bad, and that's good, and it's okay to be bad." That's what I feel like they just
I
did with the
remember
Horde.
that,
The Horde
yeah.
are now officially the bad guy, and for a lot of expansions here, we were kind of playing with the notion that maybe the Horde are okay. Now I always said they weren't because they're kind of the invading force, but that's not what everybody else does. And now we also
I
know
think
one
you're
thing about the
wrong.
Horde. We know one thing about the Horde for sure, is that they couldn't handle business on their other planet, and now they can't handle business here. They just burn it and destroy it. They only know one thing. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Now, if I remember back though to the original Warcraft games, I think you're wrong.
Oh, am I? Well, you know what I'm
That
going
they're
to
not
tell you.
perceived as evil? Really?
No, I don't think that they're the invading force. Am I wrong?
They
Well,
absolutely are.
They
From
they
Dra-
did.
from
They
Draenor.
left.
They
Yeah.
left Draenor and came here, and
Because they can't handle the
No,
business.
I'm thinking. Okay.
they had to escape their planet because their planet was
Yeah.
dying.
Well,
Okay.
what it was is I'm just going to go back now. We don't know their history as well as we should, but I'm guessing that they kept lighting crap on fire, and then they had to leave their planet. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that might have been what was going on. Militus, how about you? What was your moment of zen this week?
My
Do you want the
moment of
sound?
zen. I want the sound. Bring it. Bleh. I tried, Tess. All right, so my moment of zen, and this is a lot of people are listening to this are probably gonna laugh, but that's okay. So last Saturday, our guild, and hopefully we're gonna have our guild leader on, by the way, because I talked to him the other day. he's open to that idea. But anyways, our guild was running Heroic Tomb of Sargeras, which is the previous raid tier. So that's going to kind of temper the fires of how awesome what I'm about to tell you is or
It's
was.
still awesome.
It's still awesome. So we're doing Heroic Tomb of Sargeras for achievements and stuff like that. There's this boss in Tomb of Sargeras I loathe. I hate it. It's called the Desolate Host. Have you guys done it before?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
But
Boom?
I've only done LFRs in that.
Okay, well, even
particular thing.
I hate this boss even in LFR. Anyways, it's got light side, dark
Dark
side.
side.
Blow. You got to go
Yeah.
to the ashes or whatever, and
Mhm.
I hate it. So we go there, and I tell the raid, I'm like, I hate this boss. Hate this boss. I'm like, oh, it's okay, Terry. We're gonna have a good time.
And this is in our guild, right?
This is in our guild. Yeah, this is in our
Okay.
guild. It's a fun run. Fun run.
Mm-hmm.
So we do it the first time. We don't do mechanics, and we wipe. Right, and because this is
You
heroic,
wipe?
so we wiped. Yeah, because I mean, mechanics will kill you in that fight if you don't.
Well,
follow.
yeah.
So then we come back up. I'm like, man, I hate this fight. The fight starts going. We get the boss down to about 5%. People are dying left and right. I'm just healing my butt off, trying to keep up. The boss turns and looks at me. I look around. There is nobody. It's just Milla,
Uh-oh.
Milla versus Desolate
Uh-oh.
Host.
This is the greatest thing that ever happened.
I just start
Yeah,
smiting,
yeah.
smite,
Oh my gosh.
penance. And he falls right
Oh
before
Yes.
me. I'm the last
my
one.
Yes.
I'm the last one alive.
That,
It was so awesome. I know
that's what it is.
It's the previous raid tier.
It doesn't matter. It's so
But it was
No,
so
those
fun.
are
It was
those are the
epic.
moments that WoW is made
Those are the
of.
best
That
moments.
is the time.
Especially
think-
when you have your guildmates like, kill him.
Yeah.
They're yelling over Discord, kill it.
Oh man.
and that's one of my favorite similar moment. One of my favorite moments from when we were all playing together was when they renewed the best dungeon ever, Milla,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Dungeon
They
or
brought
raid? Karazhan.
Raid. Yeah, Car.
Karazhan. Yeah.
And we were all playing it, and it was that maiden fight.
Oh yes. And when that first came out, it was tough.
Oh, that maiden fight was rough. And exact same thing. Like I'm the only one alive, and I can't do any. I'm tanking. I can't do any damage. And everybody is like 2%. They're like screaming numbers, like 2%, 2%, 2%.
Kill it, Ted, kill it.
Now, Militus,
Those
when
are
you
the best moments, Milla.
it is
They are,
it is
they are.
Militus, when you did that and you're the victor and you're the only one standing alive. Did you res everybody or did you just tell everybody walk?
Of course.
Did you
You
just
know
get
I
on?
did.
You did.
I
You
wouldn't
did.
be a priest if
All
I
right,
didn't do
all right.
that.
See,
Yeah,
a
I read
horde
them.
player in a similar situation would have been like, "You all can walk."
No. Here's what a horde player would have done. They'd have looked around at the corpses, urinated, and then lit everyone on fire and walked away.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
would.
they'd
They
have
would have just
They
been
would
like,
have.
yeah.
They would have taken all the loot,
Yeah.
teabagged all the bodies, and then
Could they
walked
have-
off.
Right, and they might have just, we're gonna get like a lot of hate mail from this. Although we only have 20 listeners,
Bring
so
it. I don't
all
care.
of our tens
Isn't
of
that the
listeners.
point
Of
of this
listeners.
expansion, though, right? Is to
It is.
foster.
This is.
Yeah.
They're fostering it in their advertisement. They're fostering it in everything that they do. I mean, that's what this is about. And
Okay.
actually, I think it's brilliant because if you have a little time here where it's kind of waning and you're not getting a lot of interest and stuff, you have to kind of do something that sort of sparks the community. And I talk about this at my school a lot of times. With teachers that are kind of tired and stuff like that. I'm like, it's about passion. You gotta revive a passion for something. And as much as I'm teasing the horde and as much as I'm doing all of that stuff, really what's going on right now is they've ignited a passion for the game again. And so now we've got emotions and feelings and we've got people that are kind of like, upset. Although my
You gotta
moment
bring that back.
my moment of zen. Oh,
What are you doing?
Boom's moment of zen is
Hey.
calling Tess.
Hey, that is our that my moment of zen is just make a phone call to us, guys, please. If you would just call us, then I could have a moment of
Wow.
zen. Now, I want to just explain one thing about the podcast to everybody. I have to explain this every time we do a show. This crap is live. So I do this in one take. When we record this, we start it and then we stop it and then I post it in like 3 minutes. So right after the show, it's posted and I don't screw around. So that is just gonna be the way that is. But my moment of zen was actually that while everybody else is crying and whining about the thing, I don't know enough about the lore. I had no idea what was going on. I'm just like, cool. What am I going to go do? Oh, okay. I'm going to do that. I was fine. No tears. I was good. I was just like, stuff's happening.
But boom, hold on. I got to stop you there for a second. Even as a guy who doesn't pay attention to the lore, like this is pretty monumental to like burn down the World Tree.
Yeah.
Like that had to get your attention, right?
Well,
I'm hoping.
It's what it's doing is getting me to pay attention to the lore. So I've started reading, like I told you guys last week, and I'm starting to make these connections, and I'm starting to see why this is important, and I'm starting to actually make some connections and understand what's going on. So it did. I joke a lot, but I was actually kind of like, oh, okay, that's how it's going to be. Definitely, the war is on now, for sure, and so it's going to be a little crazy, and I'm going to be interested now in seeing how this all goes. But I did want to make a point. So after this comes out on Tuesday, I'm on Twitter only to try to promote the podcast so that we have more than tens of listeners. And as I'm on there promoting the podcast, I'm reading a post and Christy Golden, who wrote the book that you mentioned last week and is now involved in the writing and stuff at Blizzard, just being berated online, just like personally attacked, and I was kind of taken back. People were threatening. She was getting death threats.
Why? I don't understand.
Because
they blame her.
I think.
Oh, they
sometimes
blame her for the horde being.
Yeah. But we're having a little bit of a trouble separating reality from our fiction a little bit, and so I was kind of a little worked up about that. I was just, those people exist, and you can't really listen to anybody because, it's some of it's trolling too, some of it's just being mean. But, I was kind of like, it's good to be passionate, but at the same time, keep everything in perspective.
I'm super passionate now. I am so passionate.
Do a faction change, if you're mad or something. You could do a lot of different things, but at the same time, a lot of people took it personal.
Passionate, but you're not going to go to like the voice actor who played Sylvanas and burn her house down or something.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, great for giving that idea to everybody, Militus.
We can't be mad at the writers. Like, in fact, this has always been kind of my thing. Like, even if I go to see a movie or read a book or something that disturbs me, and I don't like that movie or book, it elicited an emotional response. So it was a very good book, or it was a very good movie. I will say this though. I said this off the podcast last week, in response to one of those commercials. The bus commercial.
Yeah.
I have to repeat what my response to that bus commercial was. I was so viscerally triggered by that bus commercial, where, if you haven't seen it, this guy gets on a bus and he's looking around, he looks, and there's this big scary prison tatted guy in where he could sit, or there was this cute little girl, like gal where he could sit, and the gal like made room and like closed her laptop, and there was an Alliance sticker on her laptop, and the guy like hefts his Horde backpack and sits next to the prison tatted guy, the scary guy. And my response to that was, I hope when he gets off the bus, that guy follows him off the bus, robs and molests him.
This is wrong. Oh my goodness!
Because that is
You've gone
what
too
the
far.
Horde gets.
You have now typecast him. You've now typecast him. Well, on that note, though, I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Or who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
That's right, Denny.
There you go. The
They
horde
are who we
is
thought they were.
the horde is who we thought they were, and that's
we
kind of
did
where
let them off the hook.
that's why a lot of horde players are so upset, is because I think they were kind of becoming fond of a gentler, kinder horde, and
Thrall's dead.
and now it's not.
Now you've got
Yeah.
Sylvanas.
Now you're not a
and-
gentle,
Did
kind
she just say
horde.
Thrall's dead?
It's kind of
Well,
done.
he,
Oh.
not dead. Like
Come on, I've had enough death in the last few days.
Thrall,
Okay?
Well-
Thrall's gone.
I respect Thrall.
Yeah.
We'll just kill him. Oh, can I give you one conspiracy theory real quick that I've come
Sure.
up with?
Yeah.
do it.
I'd love
All
to
right.
hear it.
Okay, this is really good. Internet, listen up. Okay, this is what I think is going on. Inside of the tree was hidden a dragon egg. Tree lights on fire. Dragon egg births dragon. What do you guys think?
And
There's
the
the
dragon's
next.
name is Glint Test.
There's the next dragon.
Wait. You
right.
can't say that. You can't say that.
All right.
We're crossing our wow and our.
Yes. We're way off task. Tess, bring us back with telling everybody how they can get in touch with us.
Okay. Me. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me do my NPR voice. You can visit our website
Oh.
at stopstandinginfire.com. You can email us at stopstandinginfire@gmail.com. Email us about those sweaty balls. You can tweet us
Right.
at
Right.
sifpodcast.com. It's not funny
Well,
anymore, so I'm going
it's
to
not-
stop.
That's okay. It's not. It's just
have
SIF
the-
podcast. Oh my
I have
goodness.
the urge to get my credit card out of my wallet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
It's
so
99 cents a
down
minute.
some
Right.
number.
Right.
I'll go
right.
back.
Okay.
You can visit our Twitch. We now have an official casting time of Wednesday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific at Standing in Fire Podcast at
Okay.
twitch.com. Okay, sorry.
All
You
right.
can
No.
call
Go,
us
go,
too.
Okay.
702-625-1337.
That spells leads. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Coltrane. And now we are on to
I won't do
The
this voice again,
news.
I promise.
Don't know your gaming news? Well, neither do we. But who the cares?
All right, it's time for that gaming news, and we're gonna talk about we touched base a little bit, but thoughts about War of Thrones Chapter 2. What you got, Tess?
I hate that I always have to go first. Okay.
You don't have to go first.
I'm
I
gonna-
can go to Militus. I just do that out of kindness because you're also on the top of our feed, so I work
Well,
from the top down too. It's
I'll
really
go-
up to you though.
I'll go super fast because
all right.
I don't have any like deep insight into our
No.
gaming news.
Right.
So just my thoughts. As I played, I typed up stuff.
Yes.
So the cutscene that we all got, I felt that was a really big lore dump, going back to her death from
Okay, wait,
Arthas.
Wait, hold on.
Dump. I said dump.
You said the magic word.
It
That's
was a big lore
so-
dump.
We're gonna this could be a new segment. You guys might be hearing the birth of a new segment as
The lore dump.
we're gonna call it the lore dump.
Wait.
There it is. It's official now. We're gonna call it the lore dump.
Okay. Lore
There it
dump.
is.
So
Yes. Here comes a lore dump, everybody.
So that cutscene was a really big lore dump, and there were two issues that I had with it. And by the way, I loved it. I thought it was very guttural and very visceral. But I really thought that it, for that big of an issue, they should have fully animated it. I really do. Number two, I think that they shouldn't have spoiled it on the launcher.
Can I jump in here just for a moment?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Jump in, hop
Okay.
in.
So Tess and I happen to be playing close to the same time. Isn't that a good point,
Yeah.
Tess? Like you played a little bit later than me,
Yeah.
but I logged in. Here's the thing that I want to reiterate what you just said for a second. The art style of this cutscene was part of the Warbringer series. You guys remember before WAD launch how they had
Mhm.
like
Yep.
those animated shorts of the different horde leaders? It was really cool. Got you amped up and
Yeah.
ready for the expansion.
Right.
So the Jaina Proudmoore one came out last week. It was amazing. It was the sea song and all that. It was great. So I log in, anticipating, like I told you guys last Sunday, I'm so excited about this Teldershall thing
Because you had stopped on the dock.
on the dock, and I was
Yeah.
so ready to find out what happened. So I launch the Blizzard app, and I see that the second Warbringers is out, and I'm like, cool. I'm going to watch the second Warbringers and then get into the game and play. To which felt like a big kick right to the nuts by Blizzard by doing that.
Right. Because
Because
it was
I like
the,
watching it. I'm like,
yeah.
no.
You
this-
watched it out of turn.
Well, I watched it twice.
Yeah.
I watched it in the launcher and then I watched it in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I love you, Blizzard, but why do that? Why make the Warbringer the cutscene?
Especially on the day of release. Like I could see
Do it next week.
Yeah,
Next week.
exactly. I could see it
Yeah.
chapter 3 if you want everybody, and I don't know what the Horde cutscenes are. So I don't know if the Horde got the exact same cutscene that we did. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I'm not sure. So that was a little
Sorry, Tess.
luckily
I did
it
jump in
didn't
just a second.
no, but luckily it
got to
didn't
see it in
ruin
real
it
time.
for me. Yeah.
Tess got to see it in real time.
Yeah,
not
I
me.
saw it in real
I saw
time
the
as well.
actual Warbringer first.
I
and
was.
then
I
just
saw it
watching
in
it.
real
I was
time,
mad. I was
but
very upset.
that was silly. So then my next thought, I'm just looking, I'm looking. Okay. Was war mode. Oh my god.
What did
I
you get
almost
ganked or
rage
something?
quit.
Did you
Oh,
get ganked?
Hard freaking core.
So after we talked to you about war mode, then you
It
went
was
Yeah,
and
that
I
said,
turned
one
it on.
warrior
'Cause-
coming back. He's like, I'm gonna kill
No,
because
you.
no,
Militus
no.
made it sound so good. Militus is like,
Militus
I'm the
made it
new
sound awesome.
spoon. Everybody shall fall under my
And
massive.
especially with
Yeah.
his mention of, oh, and then somebody got tagged as an assassin, and then we all swooped down. No, that's not my experience. So my experience was I turned it on, I go to Darkshore, and I go to the first world quest area, which is in
Mhm.
that Lordenai.
Oh,
area?
up north?
Yeah.
That's next to the Horde base, by the way.
Well, okay, I don't know anything. So I swoop in there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 12v1.
Yeah.
And I'm the only Alliance player that I saw. So it cost me like 450 gold in repairs to do this world quest, and all I was doing was giving them extra bonuses. There
Yeah.
were three assassins marked in this area.
So you did see him on the map. Yeah.
I
cool.
did, but here's
Three. Wow.
here's the issue.
One of them's name was
is that-
Militus.
I don't. What I didn't know was, is there a southern? Are we all doing the same world quest? Us and the Horde?
Yes.
Is there a world quest that's down south? There weren't, by the way. All of the world quests were kind of in the northern area when I logged in. So I was like, is there a world quest site for the Horde where the Alliance is camping? I don't know because we're not given any of that information. All I know is that I went in, I turned on my WarQuest mode or my war mode, and it was 12v1.
It was Gankfest, huh? I'm sorry.
Gankfest.
Yeah.
And so I was livid. I sent a message to the boys, and I was like, if this is what it's gonna be like, you guys can get another person to play your stupid game and be on your podcast because I'm not gonna do it. I was so mad.
Well,
Yeah, it was so bad.
we'll have to work on that. I think
But you
you're
got some
gonna
gear out of it, probably.
you're
right?
gonna need some protection.
Well, okay, so I did get some gear out of it. And
She
by
got
the
some
way,
repair
I
bills out of it too. So
I
that's
got a
good.
lot of repair bills out of it. But I also took my mage in there today. Awesome gear leveling.
Possibly your new main.
I
Just
don't know.
out
I
there,
don't.
just
I
throwing
don't
it
know
out
yet.
there.
Yeah, I don't know if mage is going to be my new main. I think if I go
Or
pure
hunter?
DPS, I might go hunter again. But we'll see. But here's the bad thing about gearing the pally is that there are no offhand World Quest drops yet.
I don't
So
think there will be, by the way.
well, and so the only other offhand, because they didn't make any shields this last expansion.
Correct, because you had your
They
artifact
didn't need,
shield.
yeah. So, and if I were to take a 210 one-handed weapon from the World Quest and then toss on a 136 is the highest that I could find.
But what if you tossed it off? Would that make a difference?
Yeah, always
What do you
toss
mean?
things off
Oh,
rather
toss
than
it off
tossing
instead
it
of
on. Toss it off. It's always a good thing.
I heard you and I'm judging you.
That was a very horde thing to say, Militus.
Sorry. Yeah, it was a very hoardy thing
That's
to say.
that's
And
my
then
new
I have
insult.
one
It's a very
last
horde
comment.
thing to do.
I have one last comment and then I'll mute my mic and I won't talk anymore. And because so I went back after our conversation last week about going to find that cutscene.
Okay, did you find it?
No. You know why?
No idea.
They've gotten rid of it.
What?
It's gone.
No.
Yes.
Seriously.
The quest line ends without the cutscene. They got rid of it. I looked it up. I have proof.
Okay.
On
It doesn't make much sense. does it?
Wowhead, I know. On Wowhead, the quest that ends that quest chain, the very last one. So I did like half of the quest chain, and then the second half of the quest chain is gone. I looked it up on Wowhead. It says literally on Wowhead, the quest was marked as obsolete by Blizzard and cannot be obtained or completed. I double checked because I was like, maybe I'm looking at something that was like in PTR or whatever. And I double checked and I found this comment under a thread talking about a retirement artifact. And it said, the quest is to view the cutscene is not attainable as of 8.0. It's really frustrating that the weapon we spent 2 years building is gone, and a lot of people don't even get the courtesy of an in-game explanation. That was from Mucky 38302 on Wowhead.
Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
yeah. And so
Mucky,
I
that's
can't
a
see
really I like Mucky's name there. Mucky 30382. I like that. It's good to have lots of digits behind your name. Just it sets you apart from the other 3,801
Yeah.
other people.
I like
So
Mucky
that's good.
90210.
Yeah, Mucky 90210 would be good. We
You'd
could
have
give him
like
some
a-
help.
60 haircut.
I'm thinking
wear like a,
a late
Like-
90s swoop
yeah,
pompadour
or, you know,
hairdo.
yeah, Mucky 69.
Ooh.
You could go that direction if you want to be edgy. You know, if I don't know Mucky, so I don't know if they're an edgy person or not. But if you wanted to go edgy, you could go Mucky 69. Lots of choices there, Mucky, but that's good. I also feel that I didn't care that we were moving away from the artifact weapon until I had to replace it with a stupid green staff. And
Well, it's purple.
or whatever
But
it is.
still.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but it wasn't artifact.
You know what I'm
It's
you know what I'm
purple.
saying. I don't know. I felt like all of a sudden I got dumbed down. It was kind of weird, and it made me immediately after I got rid of my weapon, I kind of looked back and said, "Yeah, I wish they just kept artifact weapons in the next expansion. I wish they just would have added to it and just left it be a thing, and then maybe made a couple more trees or tiers, or even restart it. I didn't even really care, but I kind of, it would have been good if they just would have gone with that and then added more appearances or anything like that, because it felt kind of like you're on a train track, but then they kind of just yanked you onto a different train track real quick. And it was just kind of weird. And I know that that's why they're trying to do it pre-patch so that everybody gets that out of the way before the game hits. But it was a weird break for me. It was weird.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this in response to the artifact weapon / no explanation, because I don't get that cutscene. I am a theater teacher, and I understand the concept of suspension of disbelief. I get that every single other paladin, prop pally, had the exact same artifact weapon. I ignored that. I ignored the fact that we all had the exact same thing. I was super special because I have this artifact weapon. Kind of like in WoD, I ignored the fact that every single person was the, what was the term? It wasn't commander. It wasn't general.
Maybe it was commander.
Maybe it was commander, and that every other person was the commander and every other person had the garrison. And, I ignored that. I ignored the fact that everybody else does this. But if I'm going to ignore that, you got to give me the same opportunity to see it through, I guess, as everybody else.
I can't imagine the reason why
It's
they
gone.
did that. I mean,
I think
it
it's a
makes no
mistake.
sense
I
to me.
actually think it's a mistake.
It's
I
because
don't
they
think
didn't,
they
they
meant
didn't
to.
start the fire.
Well, hold on. Let
That's
me
why.
back up. You guys, go ahead, Chase. Boom. Whenever I went through the quest, this is before the actual artifacts went away. Okay, so
Mhm.
when I did the quest,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't 8.0 and all your traits still worked. So can I spoil a little bit for you, Tess? Since you
Sure,
can't see it
go
anyway.
ahead. I can't see it anymore.
Yeah, so you go up to this ship, way up high
Yeah,
in
and
the
I
air.
never got to the ship. So I did the entire thing. I never got to go up to the ship. Yeah.
And then you, along with a whole bunch of other people, you all hold up your artifacts, and together you drain the red corruption away from the Sword of Sargeras. And then what happened at the end of it was when you opened up your trait window, your artifact was like kind of skitsy. It was kind of jumping all around, like all the traits were
Oh,
bouncing all
that's
around.
cool. Kind of
And
cool.
it was unlimited power. It took it all the way to the max level, like 100 and something artifact power, and it made your weapon maximum powered. So I wonder if that's why they did it, because now the weapons are dead.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
That's what the
And
idea
so
is,
with-
right? Yeah, that's
With
what
the
they're
quest
told.
was kind of to make
we
it
we
unlimited
used it all
power.
up. We used it all up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But-
that sort of makes lore sense to me why they would do it.
I
Does
wish-
that make sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish
that
I
does
could
make sense.
remember exactly when it was that I logged in, because a part of me, and I very well could be wrong. I very well could have gotten in right at pre-patch, but I
Well-
don't think I did. I'm pretty
'Cause
sure
I
that
did
I
this
tried
probably
to log
7
in.
weeks ago, 8 weeks
No,
ago.
well, no, I did it like I logged in, and I think it was still before the patch, and I pre-bought the whatever, the expansion. And the first thing that I saw when I logged in was it sent me to Stormwind to watch the funeral at Lion's Rest.
It was June 26th is when it launched. By the
I'll
way.
have to look because, and that's the other thing is that this is saying that as of 8.0, but if you remember, I didn't even try to log in when the
Yeah.
pre-patch hit. This was before the patch.
You just
that
might not
I
have seen
still
the
didn't-
quest chain all the way through.
No,
Right.
That's a possibility.
I didn't see anything else to pick up.
If they do
I
this
had-
again in the future, however, please, please, please measure artifact power in gigawatts. That's all I'm asking. Okay.
That would be awesome.
That way I can get
And
to
if
1.21 gigawatts. Okay. And then I'm
If
good to go.
anybody is listening from Blizzard, I really don't care. I would just like to see it. And I
And
purposefully
it was
not.
cool, Tess, because you were in it.
Yeah.
That's why
And
I really
that's
wanted you to
why-
see it, is because your character is in the cutscene.
And that's why I
right.
haven't watched it on YouTube
Because it's not you.
It's it's not me, and I would really like that. If there's any way, Blizzard, I'll play it. I don't care. Like, I just would like to see it.
It's too
know?
late because they've started the fire.
Well, speaking of
It's
too
too
late,
late.
what this week
Too
and next week are the only 2 weeks you can log in and complete the quest to get the mounts, by the way.
Right.
Oh, I already
right.
got it out.
It's time limited. Well, I'm just saying for people listening who are like, oh, I'll get around to it
I would
after
love.
Battle of Azeroth launches. I would get in and do it now.
I might have to roll a horde just to
Yep.
get the horde
You
mount.
get that automatically, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yes, you do. You get both.
Oh,
I would
As long as you
Then
complete
never
it on
mind.
one faction, you get it on the other.
I want the
Yeah.
mount to glow when the opposing faction is near. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, like in Lord of the Rings?
yes.
You want it to
I
be
want,
like
I want a
Sting?
mount. Yes. I want a mount where I'm cruising around, I'm doing some PvP, and all of a sudden my mount glows, and I'm like, oh crap, and I just fly out of there. Right?
That would be pretty cool.
It could.
I
It
have
could
a
be a
question
spoon
for
mount.
Milla.
They could call it the spoon. You know, it's
The
like
spoon
the,
mount.
the spoon mount. That's fine. Whatever you got to do.
Here,
It's the
I
get
have
out
a
of
question
dodge
for
mount.
Milla. Will you level with war mode on?
Early on, yes. Early on, I will, because I know there will be plenty other Alliance players.
There's no
Later?
way everybody is going to
No.
be max level by the
No.
time you get on. You're going to
Well,
get
no.
on, and 30 seconds later, there's going to be some dude that is already camping, and you're going to be like, how did he go
That's
from.
me.
Now, when that happens, no. When the spoon comes out, the Milla will turn it off.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
with you. But
It's nice that that's
if
an
I get
option.
Killed occasionally, I'll keep it on because it makes the game more interesting. But if a jerk comes and just camps me over and over, yeah, I'll turn it.
So,
but
you know, this is
My
the
plan is
rebirth
to
of the
leave it
rogue.
on, Tess.
We have to level
Right.
together.
Because
Yeah.
well, that actually would make a lot of sense to do that, to level together, because you
Mhm.
could get the benefit of the XP. There's probably a little bit of safety in numbers, right?
Oh, there's a lot of safety in numbers.
I know, but the problem is, how big of a number are we talking? Are there going to be entire guilds leveling together to get that XP?
Okay,
Are there just
think
going to
of
be
it this
like
way.
farms of people going for this?
This is what concerns me. Just think of it. Think of how I think Blizzard made a great decision. They pulled a Guild Wars decision when they dropped Legion, and they made like quests, like as long as you tag them, you get
Right, you get credit.
get credit and nodes and all that stuff. But the reason they did that is because at the beginning, those starting zones are just swamped by people. And I can just see all these people with war mode on, and nobody is
Yeah.
going to get any questing done
Well,
at
I think the
all.
sharding is gonna
1,000
help
v
because
1,000.
what they're going to do though is they're going to shard people a limited. In fact, that's kind of a problem now. It's probably why you got steamrolled tests. Is they limit how many people are in a shard. It's not as though you're going to have,
Right.
like
That makes
old.
sense.
You're thinking old server.
Yeah, old
where
server is
I
like
think
crazy.
was it
where you-
3,000 or 4,000?
I don't know, but you'd be
people per server?
fighting for stuff. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's not the way it works now. It's like when you reach a certain number, then it's going to create another instance of that shard. And
Sure.
so
Sure.
I don't think you're going to have the same problems. Don't get me wrong. Do I anticipate getting ganked? Absolutely. It's going to happen.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be like vanilla or Burning Crusade leveling and on a PvP server. I think it'll be better.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
so-
you
I
said
leveled-
that war mode was awesome, and then I died for like 2
All I
hours.
know is-
So
Tauren Warrior ran from Milla. I didn't have 18 Tauren Warriors.
Yeah.
that's
Maybe like
because
you
you're
did.
Spoon.
That's because I wasn't
And-
lucky.
I leveled PvP for all the way through Pandaria. So I was on a PvP server that whole time. And I can honestly tell you that when the server would start up and you'd start going, everybody pretty much left everybody alone. Now, there was different zones, so everybody was kind of starting on opposite maps. But pretty much for the first couple weeks, there wasn't a lot going on because the goal, everybody was just racing to get to max cap. And
Sure.
they
And
didn't
he's got
really have a
tons
lot of
PvPs they're
time.
trying to get to max.
Yeah, nobody was like really like, hey, I'm going to go over there and camp for a while. So it wasn't really that bad. I kind of think this could be a little like that. Like I envision you just walking right by some opposing faction players and both of you just kind of being like, not going to get into that. No, because it takes time. Because you're not killing the mobs as fast as you are right now. The mobs are a lot easier to kill right now. So once that slows down,
They did
everybody
fix
takes
that,
it easier.
by the way. They
Yeah.
did fix that. Hardcore fix that. When I first got in and it just regular mobs, it was rough. And I'm a tank, and so I kill things super slow anyway. But it was rough. And then I got in today, and I did all these world quests, no problem. So they did fix a lot of the balancing issues that they'd been having. Did you run into any of those balancing issues, Milla, when you were raiding?
No, I did find a problem with some of the trinkets that worked in my favor.
Ah, there you go. Yes, I had that same.
Ooh, they
Uh,
hadn't
yep.
squished a
So-
trinket.
Yeah, hint, hint. If you have the
Mm-hmm.
Garathi World Breaker trinket, I think it's called the Garathi Conduit or something like that. Garathi World Breaker is one of the first. Is the first boss in Antorus, and he's got these missiles on his shoulders, and he shoots these missiles at you. If you have the trinket and you fire a ranged attack, every so often a missile will fire. Right. Well, I went to the training dummy in Stormwind, and I'm doing 150k DPS. I'm like,
Yes.
something's broken.
There's my missile.
150K.
All
Because
right, now
people are doing like 3k.
Militus
3k
is
is
missile.
like good DPS in a raid.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, I went to LFR today. Number one DPS. Like
As a priest?
I did 10% of the total. 30 people. I did 10%
snap.
of the DPS.
Yes.
So if you
Oh
have
my
Alright.
God.
definitely equip it because it
Well-
definitely does a lot more damage than it should.
On
that's
that
always
note,
Don't listen, Blizzard. Don't fix it.
on that note, we're gonna go ahead and move into a segment we like to call "Shooting the Shit" about Reddit. That's right. This is where Militus, our down-home, deep southern, fried missile shooter, talks about Reddit.
Moonshine
Take it
drinking.
away.
All right. So on this week's shooting the shit in Reddit, I have two posts. One that makes everyone happy. Well, I think happy, and one
Yes,
that we can
yes.
talk more about kind of the events. So the first thing, and this will be in our show notes, it was posted by. You thought the user earlier was good. Was posted on Reddit by PM Me Night Elf Porn.
Nice.
From the from the Worm Rest Accord server.
Right. Right.
Someone took and made a rest in peace Teldrassil mural, if you will, on the floor of Dollar using Feast. What do you guys think of this? Is that not amazing?
That
It's
is
both amazing and
that is
sad.
pretty awesome.
That is rough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
It is
figure out
rough.
how I was going to try to put it in the thing. I need the actual.
I'm
image.
glad
I
that you
was
said
gonna
that
try
it
to
was
post
Feast because I was like, what is that?
Those are
That's
Feast.
nice.
You know, think
Yeah.
of how much material are.
I mean,
Well,
okay, I'm going
right,
to do the
right.
math. You guys talk. I'm going to count.
You have
You
to
go.
actually have all that food out because there's all those homeless people now.
No,
They're all-
Dollar. Yeah, all the
they're all
night
just-
elves
they're all
scurrying
just
around looking
running.
for food.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters eat
all
up
those
plenty of the
all
feast.
those night elves, which is good because the guy's name was PM me night elf porn. So I'm worried about this. So
I
okay, so
think
here
I
we go.
half picked that.
So
because
there are
of
50,
you.
I just counted. There are 58 feasts in the RIP alone
So
of RIP Teldrassil.
so this is the thing about this. Okay, so his name is PM me night elf porn, and then he wrote a nice thing, here RIP Teldrassil. And so I'm trying to, like, is he worried that the night elves are now going to have to take to the streets and make
Maybe
money?
he's hoping to pimp
Like-
them out. I don't know.
I'm trying to decide if he's really for the night elves or if he's looking to take advantage of it. I mean, there's kind of a hashtag Me Too sort of a situation coming here with this.
Oh no.
PM me night
Oh,
elf too.
no.
Okay,
Oh,
I don't
no.
want to hear that. I am
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
a drink.
No politics.
No, that wasn't a politic thing at all. You know
No,
what I got
but
in real big trouble? You want to hear the thing that I didn't do this on Reddit because I did this on Facebook where you can make enrage everybody, and I am not getting into politics, so this is not a political thing. Everybody can write me hate mail or whatever they want to do after this, but so everybody was taking everything too serious and everybody's kind of crying, and I just said, yeah, Sylvanas is kind of the Donald Trump of Azeroth, and when I said that,
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, okay, hold on.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I can.
Right,
Everything
uh-huh.
dies.
Listen, I literally think, and I'm playing it tons of hate mail for this.
yes, you're gonna get
I
it.
think the people at Blizzard did this on. Like, I think
They did. This was intentional.
I do think they're like, here's a parallel. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Okay. I said not to get political. I'm over.
Yeah,
I'm
you
done.
can't you can't get political about it. I
refuse
just
to
thought it was
think
kind of
that.
funny.
refuse to
I just thought it
think
was
that
kinda
there's
funny.
You refuse
No.
to think what, Tess?
That there's a parallel.
Really?
There's a
I
parallel.
live in a.
Yeah.
I live in. I don't watch the news because it makes me
right.
sad.
I know.
All
me
right,
too.
that's it. That's it. No more.
That's it, we're done.
I just
We're
wanted
over.
to tell, but I was just telling you that was kind of the funny thing that I did because you know me. I just like to.
You
anger the
love to
masses.
stir that political
You
pot.
love it.
I just like to.
more than
no,
anything
you know what
else.
it is I do what they do with South Park. So the two South Park creators, they always say that if they ever catch anybody taking themselves too seriously, that's the first person they're going to start to make fun of. So when everybody gets too worked up over something like World of Warcraft, that's the minute that I'm going to jump in there. Right? That's the very minute I'm going to start poking some nipples.
And in fairness, I will say this. Sometimes what the parallel is real, Tess, because in real life we get too worked up about stuff, right? I
For
know
sure.
I
Yeah.
do.
For sure.
Yeah,
So-
I do
Absolutely.
too.
So-
Absolutely.
I
So,
do too.
I can relate to that.
So
But
there you go.
moving on from one awesome Reddit user to the next,
Oh,
I have another post by user
Oh,
Sandwiches
yes.
Are Real.
That's a good one
Because
too.
in
Sandwiches are
some
real.
weird
I
reality,
want a
they're
Yeah.
not.
sandwich right now.
Yeah.
I want one. I want a turkey sandwich with
Now let me-
mayonnaise.
Let me
and
ask
sprouts
you this. Do
and
you
avocado.
guys buy into the whole theory that we're living in an alternate reality, that our realities have been changed? Do you guys buy into this theory, that there's subtle changes in our world that are unexplained and there's mass mismemory? Do you guys believe into that? Do you buy into it?
Mass mismemory?
Mass
Like,
mismemory.
no.
Like Nelson Mandela died in jail, not that
No, he
whole
didn't.
thing. Yeah, well, that's what I saw. No, so
But
this
that's
is
called
I'm
you
gonna
don't know the
No.
world that you live in. and you're an
I
idiot.
distinctly remember because I'm being older than you, Tess. I distinctly remember
by like
in growing up.
4 or 5 5 years. You're
By-
not that much older than me.
I'm way older than you. And what I remember distinctly happening that sandwiches are real is probably a part of, okay, was I was watching TV and I watched that funeral happen on TV in the 1980s. Now, sandwiches are
No.
real is part of this. So if people are listening right now, okay, I'm on to the conspiracy. I know this is going on. So sandwiches
What
are
is that
real.
called? It's called the
Give-
Mandela.
Yeah. So
effect?
sandwiches are real. We gotta hook up. We'll make some sort of a secret sign. We'll come up with some weird, freaky stuff, and we'll put this whole thing together. So sandwiches are real. We're gonna do that. There you go.
We'll make a gif of
Yeah.
Boom slapping himself in the face with bologna.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's to make sure that it's real, right? That's to verify.
That's right. To verify the
it's a
bologna.
validity
I just
of
want to
this.
see you smack yourself in the face with baloney.
Done. Any as long as it's not too thick cut.
Well, okay.
We gotta have.
Talking
it's
about
gotta be-
Mandela, in fact, what is the name of the baloney that you're smacking yourself in the face
Well,
with?
it could change based on what reality I'm in at the
It's
moment.
Oscar Mayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Based on that,
Okay.
that is wrong. So there you go. So sandwiches are real. I'm sorry. Go ahead and
Sandwiches are
explain
to
us.
get us back on the train
Give us
track.
Yeah,
us
sorry.
your
Sandwiches are
unpopular
real.
opinion.
So his post, unpopular opinion. I don't need to justify or explain Sylvanas' actions. I like playing the villain, and it's fun.
There you go.
And
Sandwiches.
here's his argument.
Yeah.
Listen, he says he can draw these parallels between World of Warcraft and one of Boom's favorite games, I might add.
And
Star
mine.
Wars. Well, yeah, I mean yours too, but Boom like gushed over this game forever. Did he not test Star Wars: The Old Republic? He loved this
I
game.
got him into that game.
Oh, did you?
No. Hold on. Okay. So I got to tell you the story, Militus. Okay. Because that just set me off. Now I'm
Okay,
full on.
I
I'm
think I
the-
misspoke.
the young kids call me tilted. I'm tilting right now. Okay. So so we were playing WoW and so Tess got me into WoW, and we're playing WoW, and we're into WoW, and all of a sudden I heard rumors of this new game SWTOR coming out. Now me and our friend Nick at the school we were working at started to get together, and we were like, we're gonna switch to SWTOR. We're gonna get excited about it. So we started getting super duper excited about SWTOR, and she said, no, I'm not playing it. Looks stupid. She said the cutscene looks stupid. Yep.
No.
If we're on this reality that I say we're on right now.
Well, you're
you
not.
said it looks
because
stupid.
You're wrong.
Okay. Next week, Nick is coming on to verify the validity of you thinking that was stupid. Yep. Okay. There we go.
No.
I have that.
Okay. Here's the truth. I have a screen
Tilted.
cap.
Tilted.
I have a screen cap of the fact that we all pre-bought that game
Yes, we did.
and created
We had
a
to talk
guild.
you into it. Mama Tess was in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Mama
she
Tess,
was?
She played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mama
my
Tess,
word. Oh.
me,
Yeah.
Boomy, our buddy Nick, my brother.
It took so much getting her into it, though. And then once she
No,
bought
it
into it,
took,
she was
like-
all about it.
Okay.
So once we got her over the edge, she was fine. She just was mad at us for switching games on.
It took about as much time as it took to get me back to WoW.
Right. It was about like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've all
It
seen
was
the
me
videos.
going, I don't want it. Okay, I will.
Okay, I'm sorry. So
Well,
sandwiches are real. Yes.
He draws this parallel or this analogy between WoW and SWTOR, and here's what he says. For the same reason that the Sith always outnumbered Republic and SWTOR, and for the same reason that some people exclusively choose the douchey option in BioWare games, I am enjoying myself being a bad guy. I recognize and respect that this is not a universally appealing thing, but for plenty of us, it's cathartic and fun to roleplay being evil. It also can be refreshing change of pace if we're mostly used to playing kind of or heroic roles. I think it's cool that Sylvanas burned the role tree down. My RP server Horde main probably would have done the same thing. I'm okay with it. Why do we need to worry about morally grayness being morally black is badass enough. Thanks.
Okay, first of
And-
all, sandwiches are real. You don't understand what Sith is because Sith isn't about evil. It's just about doing what you want and not
Well, he did say
following.
badass. Badass is a good representation of the Sith.
Doing
But,
what
I
you
mean,
want.
But Tess, that's where all the rage boom referenced earlier.
Yeah.
on
No,
Twitter
I get it. I'm
was
just being a
this
smartass.
Hashtag Whirly Gray my ass, basically, is what I
Right. No,
heard.
I agree.
over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go. Here,
But I mean, I think the point is
here's
good.
a clip.
I,
Sorry.
I don't agree with it.
Share, Ralph.
Oh.
As fellow bad guys, we've all felt what you're feeling, and we've come to terms with it.
Really? Right here? I'm Zangief, I'm bad guy. Hi, Zangief. I relate to you, Ralph. When I hit bottom, I was crushing man's skull like sparrow egg between my thighs. And I think, why do you have to be so bad, Zangief? Why can't you be more like good guy? Then I have moment of clarity. If Zangief is good guy, who'll crush man's skull like sparrow's egg between thighs? And I say, Zangief, you are bad guy. But this does not mean you're bad guy.
There you go, Horde.
There you go.
Aw.
That one was for sandwich maker guy or whatever. Sandwiches are real. or
Sandwiches are
whatever.
real.
Sandwiches are real. And I will say this. My whole gaming experience started on tabletop. Playing RPGs, playing games like D&D, playing VTM, playing those kind of games. And I get it because playing the quote unquote bad guy is very cathartic. But I will say that in those situations, it was my choices because it was tabletop. There was no, something that I was
Tess
playing
is a
into.
closet Horde player. She's
No,
closet
I'm
Horde.
not. I'm
She's
not.
closet Horde.
F the Horde. I don't like
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They can all
closet-
die in
closet
fire,
Horde.
and I wouldn't cross the street to pee on their corpse. But
Oh my gosh, you're brutal. All right.
it is cathartic to play a bad guy.
Mhm.
I kind of feel bad for the Horde players as a whole right now because they're not being given that choice to
But
play the
hold
bad
on.
guy.
Hold on. I have to.
She's talking crazy
have to
tonight.
disagree with
Melinda. I
you.
tell you, she's
Okay.
just talking
Disagree.
crazy tonight.
Here's my thought. Okay, so my first time to log into the game, I did not play Warcraft 3. I did not play the RTS games test. All right, I did play Diablo. Does that give me? I played Diablo 1 and 2.
Well, only one
I played
because
both.
I'm
1, 2, and 3.
I need somebody to come and play with me right now because I need some Paragon points.
What to do that. But so I didn't play the RTS games. So I was fresh to Warcraft lore. Okay. I log in 2006, November-ish. Yeah, November 2006. Screen comes up. Who do you want to play? Alliance on one side, Horde on the other. I look at the two and I went, one looks honorable, one looks evil. I'm going to play the honorable class. I wrote this. Here's the thing. I disagree with the idea of being morally gray. Here's my point. The Horde, just like Boom played earlier, are who we thought they were, who
Yeah.
I thought they were. Their leader, and ultimately them as a group, have always been, and in my opinion, will always be, the dishonorable, greedy monsters I saw on the first day. I
Crown
logged
them,
into
then crown their
Warcraft.
ass.
That's right.
But they are who we thought they were.
Well, I just want to say this. I think that the people are getting all miffed about this are people that might be Legion babies
Yeah, maybe.
But they are
maybe,
who we thought they
even,
were.
because yeah, they are, but
But they are who we thought they were.
But
I'm
Tess,
trying to be
I would take it a
a
step
good
further.
alliance and not see
I'm going to be a bad alliance.
Horde.
I'm going to be a bad alliance. They should have killed Malfurion.
They should have, yeah.
Yeah.
They
You know
absolutely
why?
should have.
Because you shouldn't even give them that honor.
No,
That piece of crap, Sourfang, stabbed him in
Sourfang!
the back, whatever his freaking name is, stabbed him in the back as she was getting her ass handed to her.
What was
About
the
to
name?
be
What's
killed.
the name?
But they are who we thought they were.
Tyranda. But she also was. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Like, don't be a Ned Stark. Don't go into being like, I'm going to be honorable because the dishonorable people are going to stab you in the back and take your head off. Like,
But they are who we thought they were.
Yes, because they are. She needed to just.
She should have.
Bye-bye, Sour Frank. Yeah. Bye-bye.
If she's really the evil badass that she says she is, she would have killed him right there.
But she's
no,
even
she
worse.
didn't deign. She didn't deign to do it.
She's even worse.
She's late. She's evil and lazy.
Yeah.
She's evil and lazy.
No, she's a.
She won't do her own dirty work.
She showed a little cowardice there, is what I think.
Yeah.
Is what I think. Well.
Oh, whatever. I will never play her again in HOTS ever. Screw her. Let me keep talking because this is a really
This
long
is your
intro.
own people, Savannah's coming again. Listen to them. It's all the angry horde players that want your head.
Kill
Especially
Sylvanas!
this one guy.
Where is he? There he is.
There we go.
Oh,
There we
man.
go. It's time for our final closing shout outs. Do you guys have any shout outs you'd like to give before we come to you next Wednesday at probably 8 to 9 p.m.
That's not Boom said
Mountain,
probably.
10 to 11. No, we're going to come. I'm just saying, I don't know exactly what time because we always kind of have this 8 to 9
It's going to be 8 o'clock.
That's 10
Mountain.
to 11 Eastern.
Yeah, there you go. I think
It's some kind of time.
At
It's some kind of time. Yeah. and
Standing
so-
We'll tweet it out.
Fire
Yeah.
Podcast
Yeah, right.
at twitch.com.
Yeah. I want
to
give a
you
shout
out to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Boom.
No, I was just going to give a shout out to Jeremy who at oakproduction.com who made that wonderful rock and roll song for our introduction there. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
And I want to give a shout out to the Watch Guild on Lightbringer. You guys
What?
bring it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And Art and Nikki who lead the guild. And I want to give a shout out to Chiltz, one of our guild members who love the show. So thanks, Chiltz, for
Hey,
listening.
that's
Chiltz.
awesome. Remember to give us a 5-star review, please, because we need some reviews. We need some things so that we can get out of the tens of listeners into the hundreds of listeners. That's the
well,
goal.
I
to get
don't
to the,
care.
I'd like
I
to get
just
to the
want to make
hundreds of
a
listeners.
request.
Oh, what's the request?
I just want somebody, anybody, to give us a call because then maybe
Calling is
my
fun.
life will be complete.
So call Tess.
Yeah,
Call Tess.
I challenge Bear to call us, actually.
Bear
Well,
would be good, or I would like PM me Night
anybody.
Elf Porn to call you, if possible.
Anyone.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go on Reddit tonight, and I'm gonna PM.
And when you call, please comment me on
I'm
my
gonna
scarf. 'cause it's really
PM Night
pretty.
Elf Porn, but I'm not gonna PM him Night Elf Porn. I'm going to PM him to call you. So we'll see how that goes.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
we go.
we'll see.
All right. Well, on that note, oh, by the way, stick around after the song closes because you're going to hear the Dungeon Creed. So stick
That's
around.
it. Listen to it. Love it. Worship it. Own it, people.
Peace out.
The Dungeon Running Creed. Elitism is not a virtue. It's E-peen, narcissistic, I've got issues, I'm good, you suck, DPS metering bullshit. Counston, Loot Ninja, Aggro Stealing, Tank and Spank, Pseudo Quasi-Alternative Boss Strategies, Misguided Self-Proclaimed Theory Crafting, and hey, I Need Healing. Winding Downward Spiral Dead, Boss Attempt, Late Night, Stressful Dungeon Running, No Entertainment. Wailing Caverns, Nomergon, Slave Pens, Underbog, Mana Tomb, Stratholme, Botanica, Sethic Halls, Utgard, Gundrak, Oculus, Mages, Rogues, Hunters, Shamans, Priests, Druids, Paladins, Warriors, Death Knights, Warlocks, and Monks, even you Demon Hunters. Heal your group, manage your threat, hold that aggro, being supportive, joyful, with laughter, even during wipes.